So in this video, I'm going to explain exactly how to hire a team for your YouTube channel. Now, my main channel's got 1.4 million subscribers. It makes hundreds of thousands of dollars every single year. And I only spend 3 to 4 hours per month on that channel because I've got an awesome team who just does all the work for me. So what I'm going to do in this video is explain exactly how you build a team, who you should hire, when you should hire them, how much you should pay your team members, how to communicate with your team members, and basically every single little thing that you need to know in order to build a world-class YouTube team that runs your YouTube channel on autopilot. So if that sounds good, let's break it down. So I want to start at the beginning, and let's just say your budget per month is $0 for your YouTube channel. Now, that's totally fine. Everyone has to start somewhere. This is where I started when I first began, and you just got to realize that you're going to be doing all the work. So you're going to be scripting, you're going to be filming, you're going to be editing, you're going to be uploading, and this is where we start, and that's totally cool. But once you move on to the point where you've got a bit of money to invest in your channel, perhaps your channel starts to make money itself, or you've got money coming in from elsewhere which you can then spend on your channel, the first hire I recommend you make is a video editor. Now, the actual price you're going to pay the editor is $600 per month, and that will be for 4 long-form videos. So the real secret to YouTube, if you've watched any of my content on this channel, is you've got to upload 1 video per week for 52 weeks in order to have YouTube change your life in some way, shape, or form. So you've got to make 1 video per week, meaning 4 long-form videos each month, and you're going to spend $600 on this, which comes to $150 per video. Now, any less than that, and the editing is just going to be so bad. You will be able to find editors for $50 or $100, but there's so much back and forth, and often their English and spelling isn't very good, is just not worth it. So the minimum I'd spend on an editor is $150, which will come to around $600 per month. Now, the reason you outsource editing first is as follows. This right here is the YouTube pipeline. And as you can see, it starts off with ideation, then thumbnail and title, then scripting, then filming, then editing, reviewing, and uploading. That's basically the process of making a video. And you can see above, there's a little percentage on how much time people spend on each of these sections in general. And editing is where people spend most of their time. I'd say on average, people spend around 60% of their time editing YouTube videos. And therefore, the reason an editor is your first hire is because it frees up 60% of your time as soon as you hire an editor who's actually pretty good, and that's why you spend minimum $150 on your editor. So this is the first thing you outsource because you get the best return on investment for your time, and there are so many editors out there, so it's a very easy thing to outsource if you do it correctly. Now, the next hire you make, once you've done this and you've got to this point, is actually not hiring a new person, but it's hiring a better editor. So this is the second investment you make into your channel. And basically you get rid of your first editor and you hire a second editor, and your budget now is $1,200 per month, still for 4 long form videos per month. And the reason you're going to be doing this is the difference in quality between an editor that charges $150 versus $300 is just night and day. So essentially what you're going to do is, once you have the budget for this, you're going to start spending $300 per video, and that's going to be $1,200 per month. And essentially you're just going to get some really high quality videos that will instantly put you into the top 1% of YouTube channels on the platform when it comes down to editing. So that's the second investment I recommend you make. You can obviously jump to this stage if you've got the budget right now, but if you don't have $1,200 per month to invest into your channel, start off at $600, get an editor for $150 per video, and then jump up to $1,200 per video, and that's basically the second investment you make. After that, once your budget jumps up to $1,600 per month, you can now hire a thumbnail designer, and the thumbnail designer charges $100 per thumbnail. That's how much you're going to pay them. And because you're doing 4 videos per month, you're going to spend around $400 per month on thumbnails. Now, the reason for this is you can find very cheap thumbnail designers. Like on Fiverr, I think you can get them for like 20 quid or 30 quid. But you're trying to build a team here. You're trying to build a system of capable people who are going to do this work for you, and therefore you need people you can trust. And often when you just try and hire the cheapest people, there's so much back and forth, you may as well just do this stuff yourself. I've never found a thumbnail designer for like less than $70 who's actually any good and really gets it when it comes to doing YouTube. So what I recommend you do is you find a thumbnail designer for around $100 per thumbnail, and that's the budget you put in place for thumbnails. And at this price point, you'll get someone who understands YouTube, understands how to make great thumbnails, and that responsibility is suddenly taken off your hands and they just make amazing thumbnails for you. So the process is as follows. You come up with a video idea, you script the video, you film the video, the thumbnail designer does the thumbnail for you, and then the long form editor actually edits the video for you. And at this point, you've already got a really solid channel. Now, the next hire you're going to make is what is known as a researcher or scriptwriter. And this person, you're going to pay $500 per video, and this is going to come to $2,000 per month, bringing the total budget up to $3,600 per month for 4 long-form videos. So what does this researcher and scriptwriter do? Now, essentially, if you want someone to write scripts for you word for word, then that's what they do. But more often than not, if you're doing unscripted videos like the one I'm doing right now, what the scriptwriter will do is just do all the research for you, find the facts, find the figures, and put it into a whole bunch of bullet points, meaning you can sit down and just go through the scripts, kind of briefly beforehand, and then just turn on the camera and start recording. And the reason, again, you're paying them $2,000 per month is you want someone who speaks perfect English when doing this. You want someone who's actually clever and understands your niche and is really good at researching your topic. And to do that, you need to pay for quality. One of the biggest mistakes people make is they try and find a scriptwriter and they'll spend like $100 per script, and then they end up getting some ChatGPT garbage in response, and then they just spend more time editing that script than actually using it, right? So when it comes to doing things like finding thumbnail designers or editors or researchers, it's better to pay for quality because that's what's going to actually buy back your time, okay? If you just pay for the cheapest people, if you don't try and buy A players, but you buy B players, you're just going to spend so much time just micromanaging these people. You're never actually going to build a team that buys back your time and gets you to the point where you can almost remove yourself from the channel. Now, this setup here, you can easily start making $20,000 per month with only a few hours of work. And I'll be perfectly honest, most of the people I coach, this is where they stop. They've got you as a CEO, you are just the person filming the videos, and then the researcher does all the research, the thumbnail designer designs the thumbnails, the editor edits the videos, and all you're really doing is kind of coming up with some ideas and recording the video and then uploading it. That's basically all you do, and you can easily make $20,000 per month just with this team here, and it only costs you, let's say, $3,600 per month. So this is where most people stop. And again, just to clarify this point further, at this point, you've outsourced the thumbnails, you've outsourced the scripting, you've outsourced the editing, so all you do is you do the ideation, you do the filming, and then you do the uploading and reviewing the video. So can you see now, like, you're not really doing too much. You're only spending like 10 to 15% of your time on the channel, and the other 85% has already been outsourced by all these different people. So already you've bought back 85% of your time, and YouTube at this stage is like really easy to do. You can easily make a couple of videos a week just with a few hours of work. But if you want to take it to the next level, for $5,100 per month, this is the next hire you make, and it is a content manager. Now, what does a content manager do? Basically, the only problem with this setup here is you have to communicate between all of these different people, and there's lots of what I would call micromanaging. Even if these people are really good, you as the content creator still have to speak to this researcher and speak to the thumbnail designer and speak to the long form editor and sort of manage the whole channel. So what a content manager does is they basically remove that responsibility for you, and they basically act as your voice. So you're the CEO, you're the person in charge of the channel, and you sit down and you say, hey, I want to make this video here, and this is my idea. You then tell that to the content manager, and the content manager speaks to your researcher. And if the researcher has a problem, they go to the content manager, they don't go to you. And again, this just frees up even more of your time. Or if the thumbnail designer has a problem, or they want to like feedback on certain thumbnails, they don't go to you and waste your time because you're trying to run your business. They go to the content manager. And if there's a serious issue, that's when the content manager might come to you. Does that make sense? So basically all that happens is the content manager almost acts as your voice, and it just frees up even more time for you. And that's why you've got to pay them $1,500 per month, because they're representing you. And again, you want somebody who's very, very capable at doing this. At the same time, the content manager does small things like they upload videos for you, they do the tags, they do the descriptions, all of those little things. That's what the content manager does. And it essentially means, if we go back to this pipeline, you also remove the reviewing and you also remove the uploading as well. And literally all you do is you come up with video ideas and you film those videos. On my Magic channel, I didn't even watch the videos that go up there anymore. That's all done by my team. So you're completely removing yourself from the process when you get a content manager. And essentially, this is like the ultimate freedom. You've got a very lean and mean team who does everything for you, and you're basically fully removed from the process of making videos. All you do is just press record, and that's pretty much it. Now, the extra little hire you can make from here is then getting a VA, a virtual assistant, and this is $400 per month. month, because at this point your channel is going to be growing and you're going to be starting to get emails from brand deals, from sponsorships, from people who might want you to speak at certain gigs or whatever. And basically lots of opportunities are going to start coming your way because you've got a great team making great content in your niche. And this is where you should get a VA to basically do a lot of this work for you. They filter out the spam emails from the good emails, from the bad emails, and they just organize your calendar and do all those things as well. And if you have this team set up here, it's going to cost you around $6,300 per month, because you're going to be hiring a VA probably from the Philippines and pay them around $400 per month. And this structure here will easily make you $50,000 per month with a limited amount of work, only a few hours from your behalf, because you're leveraging your team so much. This is actually what I have on my Magic channel. So this is the exact structure that I have on my Magic channel. And the nice thing here is when it comes to team communication, all you're doing is you're speaking to your VA and your VA speaking to you, and you speak to your content manager. But all the nitty gritty stuff, all the back and forth between these guys who are actually putting into effect all the work that you're trying to do in the video, that's all managed between your content manager. So can you see how your content manager kind of breaks this divide here between the team and you? Now, I'm not for a second saying you never speak to your team. You know, this is slightly different, but this is managerial stuff. But of course, you want to speak to your team. You want to inspire them. You want to have weekly meetings with everyone on the team. But I'm just trying to say, for the day-to-day stuff, when they're trying to email you with questions or problems, that doesn't go to you. That goes to the content manager. Now, this is a very, very efficient team, and you could probably keep it at this. And I'll be honest, most of the biggest channels out there, this is where they stop. This is like kind of what they get to as like the ideal YouTube team, and they are making, you know, 50 to 100K per month just with this setup. But if you want to go that next level, I've taught some people how to really just take it to that next level, and you hire one more person, which is a short form editor. So what this person is going to do is you're going to pay them around $50 per short form video, and they're going to be making 28 to 31 short form videos per month. So it's basically just a short form video every single day of the month, and you're paying them $1,500 per month. Essentially, all they're doing is they're taking your long form videos, they're cutting them down into short form videos. But again, $50 per video for a short form clip, it's got to be really, really good, high quality stuff. And then that gets uploaded to your shorts channel or to your main channel, depending on what strategy you follow. And again, this budget is going to take you to $7,800 per month. Then the final stage of YouTube, what do you call this? YouTube, okay, the peak of the pyramid is this one here, which is $15,000 per month. This is for like the big production companies, and this is for people who are trying to literally run full-scale operations. It might be like news channels, or it might be actual shows on YouTube. And essentially the final thing you add is a YouTube strategist. So it's someone like myself who is wanting to work for you full-time or part-time, and you usually pay a YouTube strategist $2,000 per month to basically come up with 4 video ideas for you, and then the whole team basically executes on that. And the nice thing with having a YouTube strategist is they basically run the strategy side, but also the research and thumbnail designer, whilst the content manager looks after the editors a lot more as well. So that's basically the ultimate YouTube setup, but honestly, 0.0001% of YouTube channels ever get to this stage because most of them don't need it. But essentially at this point, you'll be producing 4 long form videos per week, often more. A channel I was working with recently, they're doing like 8 per week with this setup, and 28 short form clips as well. So guys, that really is the structure to a really successful YouTube channel. And I've tried to take you through the whole system from starting out to the very, very end. And if you actually want a lot more information on this, so not just the what the structure looks like, but how to actually hire these people, what sort of templates you should use, where to find them, much more detail on how to pay, how to actually manage teams like this, and just so much more, then you can join my coaching program, which is called YouTube Creator Pro. Now, I only accept like 5 people per month in this program at the moment because I only want people who are dead serious about doing YouTube and want to grow and scale as fast as possible. But if you're a business owner, entrepreneur, expert, and you really want to build a team on YouTube, but also just build a YouTube channel that starts generating leads and money for your business, then this coaching program will take you there, and you get access to all of my systems on how to hire A-class talent for your YouTube channel and actually let the channel run for you so you can work on the business, not in the business. So if any of that sounds good, click the first link in the description, check out the coaching program, and then book a time to have a chat with me, and we can see if we're a good fit. Anyway, guys, I'll see you soon.